Okay, let's try it again. As you look at Monkey Man right there, I had to put on some backup music. What is it called? The Days of Elijah, Encore, Ura, to try to get rid of the mojos and demons and bad luck. Because every time I try to use this, thank you very much. I do appreciate this Chromebook that I can rent from the library. And it's an awesome library, Bethlehem Public Library. But I have Wi-Fi. It's sitting right next to Muckaman who's screwing around on my cable box. And why is losing connection? Where the Wi-Fi is next to the TV. With that said, whatever. As I was saying, I was talking about my tea that ruined and froze and whatever the hell. So I'm not gonna be able to show you my lovely pull out shelf because I'm not. This thing is lovely. I probably get better luck using my cheap Obama cell phone camera or my iPad camera. Is never the best. So, oh, I see Muckaman's looking now. Muckaman, what are you doing? Come here, Muckaman. Let me see what you're doing, Muckaman. Come here, Muckaman. I don't see her. Come here, Muckaman. Want crunchy bits? Here she likes her crunchy bits. These thing called Temptations with catnip. What is it called? Stay Away. What's it called? Catnip flavored. It's one of her favorites. Here, Muckaman. Here. You want it or no? Come get it. Kind of hard to. There she is. It's kind of hard to see because the camera's a little back. You're not going to eat it or no? Anyway, as I was saying, obviously the first thing you do when I was talking about making my tea is obviously you fill it up with water and boil it. Obviously, the first point. Once it's boiling, go the spewing. Then I take it out. Then I pour enough honey in there. What the hell? Oh, stupid! I pour honey in there, and obviously I don't pour this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much honey it is. Maybe a half a cup. I don't know. I don't measure stuff, but I pour it based on taste. So far, I probably made like 4 teas or 5 teas using this much honey. This is, I don't know, what is this thing called? 5 pounds of honey. So I use this much of 5 pounds of honey, making 4 or 5 pots of tea, whatever that is. I don't know. I use some honey. Of course, next time I make it, I'll videotape it. This stupid hotel. Then, oh my gosh. Then after I put honey in there, I put ascorbic acid or citric acid. It's called vitamin C powder. Now, obviously, the only places I found the powder version of it is at health food co-ops, like the Honest Weight Food Co-op, Glut Co-op in Maryland. Honest Weight is up here in Albany, New York. The Coma Park Silver Spring Co-op in Silver Spring, Maryland, I don't even think has it. But it's like a bulk thing of ascorbic acid, and you just kind of pour it out. You also use citric acid, which I use to preserve things, and it tastes lemony, obviously. It tastes citrusy. I'm not going to say lemony, but it tastes like citrus because it's citrus acid. So it's citric acid or ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid at this co-op, at Honest Weight, is slightly cheaper. I think there's a few other co-ops, like I think Uncle Sam Health Food Store, which I think is a co-op, sells the powder. Uncle Sam, which is in Troy, New York, and they have one in Latham, which was never open when I got there during their business hours. They closed, they said, for their own special holiday. I don't know what holiday it was, but the one in Troy was open. But I always get this, but I pour some of this in there. Again, how much, I don't know. Maybe a tablespoon? Side note, if you use too much, it does give you the runs. So if you're constipated, you could probably make a combo package of olive oil and some lemon juice, equal parts, and drink that down. And then maybe drink some juice. So whenever I get frozen juice, like frozen apple juice, orange juice, I pour this in, juice from concentrate. I pour this in, then I mix it up with the water, like, frozen juice from concentrates. Like these types, these apple juice types and stuff. I always pour ascorbic acid in when I make these little frozen juice from concentrates as well. So I guess one way to get rid of constipation, if you have it, is I've heard like olive oil and lemon juice and mix it equal parts, like maybe a fourth of a cup. So I guess an eighth of a cup of lemon juice, an eighth of a cup of hot olive oil, mix together and drink it. And then behind that, drink some orange juice or apple juice, whatever juice with, I don't know, a tablespoon of ascorbic acid or citric acid. It's vitamin C. It'll help your immune system, and you have the run, so it cleanse you out. So that's the only drawback for drinking this tea. If you drink too much, too fast, you can be running to the bathroom because it does cleanse you out. But it does keep the germs away. So you put that in there. So I put honey, I put ascorbic acid or citrus acid, which is basically vitamin C powder. I have I have no idea how I'm bad. Next time I make it, I'll videotape it via my cheap Obama phone or my iPad. Because like I said, hopefully I'll be doing this like maybe once a week. And, you know, like I just made this yesterday, New Year's Eve. Like I said, Happy New Year, everyone. And again, my name is Amy, part 2 of the video that screwed up thanks to YouTube. But so I made it yesterday. Next time I make it, I'll demonstrate it. Anyway, I put that in. I put some ginger and turmeric. Now this is how I do my ginger and turmeric. I use this mortar and pestle. I don't know where the hell I got it. Wherever, somewhere on planet Earth, online probably. You know, I've had this for years. No idea. Maybe I got it at one of them cooking stores, or I didn't get it at Walmart. But it's a teeny little thing. And the most thing I do is I basically always pound up my ginger and turmeric. What do you call it? Pound it up, or whatever. So I try to get organic ginger because peeling the skin is kind of annoying as hell. I use a spoon to peel the skin because peeling the skin with a spoon is easier than chopping your fingers up with a knife. I have piss poor knife skills, but usually you'll only find organic ginger at the Honest Weight Food Co-op or some other health food store. So I get turmeric at the Honest Weight Food Co-op. This is what turmeric looks like. It's a little orange, whatever you call it, thing. It's like ginger's cousin. So it's ginger's little cousin. So you get turmeric, which looks like an orange version of ginger. I guess I should take it out for anyone who's never seen turmeric before. So this is called turmeric root. You can eat it for Indian food or curry or whatever. And it's nice and orange, and it'll stain everything it touches till day's end of time. But this is turmeric root. And I pound, and ginger. Everyone knows what ginger looks like. And so, and you have to use raw. Don't get no stupid powdered ginger. That's a joke. You might as well just put some other junk. So use raw ginger, raw turmeric. And again, I don't like that little knob I showed you. That's how much ginger I put in. And that little knob I showed you of turmeric, I put like one little knob of turmeric, like one of these things in, and like a big knob of that. And basically, if it's organic, I basically take it home, I wash it, I break it up, and I stick it in this freezer bag. If it's not, like, this is the organic kind, the one that has the skin on it. If you can see it, I'm sure you can. This is the one that I just basically wash and break up. And of course, since it's frozen, it all stuck together like a popsicle. If it's not organic, like the kind I get at Walmart, I peel the skin as best as I can. Then I wash it and stick it in this thing, as you can see. Whatever. I'm assuming you can see it, obviously, decently, whatever. So I put like a big knob of ginger and a little thing of turmeric, and I pound it in that mortar and pestle, pour it in my tea. And then I shove this back in the freezer because if you don't want moldy, rotten ginger, because ginger and turmeric last forever, just like onions and potatoes. But I got much. Look at that thing trying to freeze again. And my potatoes are growing, eyes and plants. So I'm going to take this to my group and see if they can plant it. I'm going to see if I can plant it outside and get some baby potatoes or a whole batch, because I don't eat potatoes that fast. But with that said, because I don't eat it that fast and I use it for my tea only, I chop it up, rinse it off, and put it in a freezer bag and keep it in the freezer until I need it, because it lasts for a long time in the freezer. Then I add a slice of lemon. So I made regular lemon. I made like probably 3 different teas with this 1/2 a lemon. So obviously, what a lemon looks like. If you don't know what a lemon looks like, I could get one out, but I think everyone knows what lemon. So I use like a giant slice of lemon and pour it in the tea. And I showed you guys I put 2 tea bags, and this time I put throat coat, but sometimes I put echinacea and throat coat in one each. I usually those. I always put my echinacea tea in, and this is echinacea throat coat. Throat coat, lemon echinacea, throat coat. I'm moving too much, but lemon echinacea throat coat. So I always use echinacea tea because echinacea is immune builder too. So I put echinacea tea in there. Like 2 tea bags, 1 throat coat, 1 echinacea, or both compete, echinacea, or this time both throat coat because I was getting a sore throat and I'm not having it. So I put both, because I went to like a watch night prayer thing with my African house church and they never wear masks. And I guess I was there for hours. And before that, I did our group from 2 to 4. Then I was chit-chatting, doing other stuff. So I was talking a whole lot. So my throat, delicate and lovely, was hurting. So I did 2 throat coats instead of echinacea. The lemon that I mentioned, I put this back in there. I mean, if you don't know what a lemon is, I don't know. But just for anyone who says they've never done, I mean, really. Just for anyone who says they've never seen a lemon, I can't imagine you've never seen a lemon. But this is what the size of the lemon is. I don't really care if that's organic or not because even though I know pesticides can penetrate, the skin is very thick. So but then again, I do use the skin. I probably should get organic lemon. That lemons last a long time too, but I don't think you could freeze them very well. I never tried, and I don't think I would. With that said, so yeah, and then two last things. I got this from the dispatcher from the taxi company. I get a ride from or whatever. He says you got to code, make some tea and put some Halls. What do you call these things? Cough drops. He said put some cough drops in there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I tried it, and it doesn't hurt. So I put 2 little cough drops in there. You know what cough drops look like. I have a hangnail on all my nails broke. If you see one video, all my nails are long. The one that I was talking about, reverse perspective cube. As you can see, they all broke off, went bye-bye. I have the last man standing, these 2 nails, and everything else went bye-bye. These broke off obviously a while ago, which is why they're beginning to grow back. This one broke off today, and whatever. And this one broke off in the meat for a minute and took forever to peel off. And that's why I have a Band-Aid, because it's like hurting, whatever. But I put 2 of these little Halls cough drop, basic, whatever it's called. What is this? I don't know, lemon honey flavor. He said that flavor to use, so that's the flavor I use. Don't know what. And then the last 2 ingredients, and you can't BS about it. I've tried it. You have to put a big shot of, I don't know, maybe a quarter cup or a big shot of whiskey or brandy. I mean, I put ginger brandy, I put blackberry brandy, I put plain brandy, I put, fire cinnamon whiskey, but usually I just put plain whiskey in there, plain brandy. One or the other. It has to be brandy or whiskey. You can't use vodka, you can't use gin, you can't use rum because, I don't know, it just doesn't work. At least for me. It didn't work for rum, it didn't work for vodka. Only thing that works is whiskey or brandy. If you don't have brandy, use whiskey. If you don't have either, run to the store or Beck's going to get it for you because I don't think it's as potent. And like I said, you have to use raw ginger. I've never used the ginger powder, and I used to put cayenne. You're supposed to put cayenne pepper, but that's just too much for me. But if I wasn't such a wuss, I would use cayenne pepper. So between the cayenne pepper and the brandy or whiskey and the raw ginger, which is like fire, ginger is fire in and of itself. It's like super hot, super spicy, super really fire in your mouth. So between that fiery, hot, raw ginger and brandy and cayenne pepper and the vitamin C powder, any germs in you is like, I'm getting the hell out of here because, you're really harassing me now. And it's very uncomfortable, I guess, for viruses and things that are harassing you like corona and germs to sit comfortably with raw ginger, whiskey, cayenne pepper, vitamin C powder, and like raw ginger and whiskey and stuff. And the last thing I put in there, and I've been using this thing called thieves oil forever. And thieves oil, what do you call it? They claim that I got it. I sell it myself. Actually, I'll put the link in if you're interested. But I use this thing. It's called thieves oil. And thieves. I guess you can see it better like this. I don't know. I know I move too much, so whatever. But Probably the best thing I could do is like actually stop moving, but I can't stop moving. So there you go. Whatever. It's not staying still, but it's thieves oil. What does it say? I don't have my glasses on. But this is the kind that you can eat or drink. Oh, Vitality. It's Thieves Vitality. And thieves oil is a mixture of clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus. And this is the kind I put on my body. I've been using thieves oil for a couple of years. A friend of mine's cousin mentioned she used thieves oil and she was selling them. And she said she gave it to her kids while they were in school so they don't, because school is a petri dish. You know, it's a giant petri dish. And she was putting it on her kids' feet while they were in school and they never caught a cold while everyone else was infested. And of course, over the summer, school is out. They didn't use any of this and they got colds. And she's like, what the hell? What's going on? You're not even at school. It's summertime. Where are you getting a cold? And she said, oh, yeah, no thieves oil. It smells really nice to me. It smells like cinnamon and clove. My friend says it smells like old grandma liniment. It smells like cinnamon and clove. I think it smells like cinnamon and clove, eucalyptus. How can eucalyptus, cinnamon, and clove go wrong? So it's a pretty smell. It's very potent. And for the skin, I basically, unless you want to, if you put it on raw, it'll burn, you know, at least my skin is delicate. So it didn't like it raw. So this is shea butter. I guess you could use Vaseline as well. But I mix it with shea butter because I don't really want to like have a burning skin. And I put like 1 drop on like that. I don't know if you can see the drop. So I don't know if you can see the drop. Whatever. It's like a little bit of thieves oil in 1 drop. And I put it on my chest. And I do the same thing for each on my foot. So when I take a shower, I get out the shower. This is my little routine. And you better put a little bit more because obviously that wasn't enough shea butter. Because you need I guess she said you need a base. Because if you don't have enough of a base, it's going to kind of burn you. So if you want to get the burning to stop, put more grease on you. More shea butter, more Vaseline, and that'll get the burning to stop. Make sure you put some Vaseline or shea butter, mix it into an oil, will burn your skin. Me personally, it burns my skin. Maybe if your skin is about as tough as a piece of shoe leather, then it doesn't worry. But I put like 3 drops of this in this whole jug. I put 3 drops, and it's fine. I try to put like 2-3 drops in my like apple juice, and it took over the whole flavor. The drops are so concentrated that the 3 drops took over the whole flavor of the apple juice. So it was basically apple juice flavored thieves oil. So it's apple juice thieves oil. But it's like they said the reason why they call it thieves oil is because back in the legend, the theory or the myth is like during the Black Plague, grave robbers were thieves and they wanted to steal people were dying in masses, kind of like now with the corona or whatever. And so they were like thieves and they were trying to steal everything, but they didn't want to catch the plague. So they made this concoction and put it all over their body. Then they went robbing and stealing from the graves, which is kind of cruddy, and stealing from the dead people, but they didn't die from the dead, so they were stealing and robbing the dead people, but didn't die. Cruddy, but they figured out, oh, we could do this. So I put this on my body. I have the edible one called Thieves Vitality. I put 3 drops in my tea, 3 drops in this whole jug, and mix it together, obviously, and then I drink it. It lasts me about, I guess this is still on. So this is how much, why is it stopping? This is how much I drank since yesterday. I guess it doesn't like my Wi-Fi, whatever. And the last thing, I also made this little disinfectant spray. Like if you catch the bus, if you go to the library, if you go to the gym, when it was open, I'm a germaphobe. So I always thank God, because one time I caught the flu or strep throat at the library. So I kind of like overloaded on these Clorox to go packs. I would buy like 6 at a time back like the past 2 years. I would buy 6 at a time. And before I was doing that, I would actually like get the whole, carry this whole big, huge thing with I have my backpack, and I would put this thing in my backpack or the generic version of it. And so whenever I would go to work or whenever I go to work or the library or wherever, before I use the table, I will wipe it down. I will wipe my computer down at work. I will wipe everything down at work. Or before I go eat, I will wipe the table down because I don't like to eat, I want no grease and coffee on me, and I don't want no germs. So I always had those. So thank God I still have some left during this pandemic. But the spray stuff, like if you go somewhere someone stinks, smells like wow, the underarms smell like some rotten onions, or they just stink like hell, or if you go somewhere that's smelly with insulting body odor, or it's germy and smelly, or you just want to spray something because you don't know how dirty the place is and you can't really use the hand wipes or those things. I made this little concoction from one of my favorite smells, Love Spell from Victoria's Secret. I just kind of recycled and repurposed this old Love Spell bottle. I don't even know if they even sell like little to-go bottles. So obviously I use it all up. But why throw it out? You could open it and close it. And I opened it up and I filled it up with like alcohol, like 75%, because you can't get 99. You can't get 95% alcohol anymore. So you only get like if you could find alcohol during this pandemic, it's only like 75%. But I filled it up with alcohol and I put like 5 drops of this thieves oil in there, mix it up. So whenever you spray it, it's, it freshens the air like, about to sneeze, smells like thieves oil. And, there you go. So it freshens the air. And any infestation and germs lying around, they don't like thieves oil. And I put it, whenever I take a shower, I put it on, I come out and I put it on my chest with the shea butter, and I put it on my feet, on the soles of both of my feet. Then I put on my socks or shoes or whatever. I do that every time. So yeah, that's my little hot toddy concoction, immune building, virus busting concoction. So thank you. And thank you, YouTube, for not being an idiot and screwing up my video this time. In stream.